Okay, so today we're going to be creating a rhythmic painting based off of Alma Thomas's beautiful work. You can use whatever colors you want. You can create any kind of design you want or base it off of one of hers. Well, what I'm looking for is some sort of rhythm. So like this to me looks like a drum or something like that. You get the big boom and then boom, 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 and it gets kind of lighter and heavier and different beats and different rhythms. So you could have yours kind of a wavy, curvy line. It could have straight lines. I mean, there really is no wrong way to do it, as long as I'm seeing some sort of rhythm. And I would choose a couple different brushes. So I like to have like a round and a flat. You're gonna obviously need your water cup. Every table is gonna get a paper plate, and you're gonna share it. So when you mix colors, don't mix a color in the whole half. You know, see, I've just used this and mix little blobs of color, so I can use up that plate. Or if you can just use pure colors, and we've got the tray here with all the pure colors for you to use. So here's one that I've really gotten pretty far along with. I still obviously have to do some all the way out to here, but you'll have more than one day to work on this. So here's my little mini paper to start with our project today. So maybe this time I'm not gonna start off with the circle in the middle. Maybe I'm gonna start off with just my red, and I'm gonna do kind of a wavy line. So you don't need water on your brush because these are already wet. And if you do add water to your brush, make sure that you dry it off. So I'm just using a pure red right now. Okay, so I use just that wide part. Maybe my next one, I'm gonna do some color mixing. So maybe I want this to be yellow orange. So I've got one already kind of mixed. I'll show you how I did that. Now, one thing with this is you never want to take the color from the middle or mix it up, because you're not the only class using it. So when you get the color, you want to kind of grab the color from the edge of this, okay, or have a clean brush, okay? So then you leave plenty of pure color for the next person. And so I just kind of put it on here and kind of twisted my brush, grab a little bit of the orange. And since yellow is a weaker color, I don't need a whole lot of orange to change it. I'm just mixing it up. I like to turn it to kind of get some of the paint off. And then maybe my next one, I'm gonna have right next to it. Make sure you can see that. And I'm gonna do that dashed line. So this is one of those projects, it's fine to leave white paper showing. And it's okay if my widths are a little bit different, okay? It's a paintbrush, you're not gonna get it perfect, but I think it gives it a whimsical quality anyways. Okay, and maybe I wanna use that color again on the other side, maybe not. When you are rinsing out the brush, you're gonna have to make sure you swirl it, not splash it, and wipe it. You need to do that at minimum 3 times. Then that's where you're gonna then go to your white paper and kind of wipe it. I had a little bit of orange on it, but not too much, so I think I'm fine. So I can go to my next color. So maybe this next color, I'm gonna make a like light green. So warning, the white changes the most, white and yellow. So whenever you want a light color, you wanna use the white and then just a little bit of the color to change it. So I'm gonna do the same thing as I did before, kind of grab a little paint from the outer edge. Okay, and then I'm gonna make it light green, so then I'm gonna grab a little bit of green, and I'm just gonna leave that. I did several scoops of white, and I'm gonna change it pretty drastically with that just small amount of green. So it's kind of a minty green. I like that. So then I'm gonna go to my next one. So maybe this next one, I'm gonna have dots. So I would suggest, especially if you're doing a curve or anything curved, kind of moving the paper, because it will be a lot easier to paint. And then I would also make sure you have your sleeves rolled up so that you aren't getting paint everywhere. Even though this says it's washable, I will tell you, I have ruined many clothes with not putting putting something on the stain right when I went home. Okay, so I have that. So maybe my next one's a pure green. So I'm gonna clean out my brush, or you know what? Maybe I'm gonna use this the wide flat brush. And my water's starting to get really, really dirty. So you may have to wipe, kind of take turns going up and cleaning out your water. Okay, it's got a little bit of red in it, but not too much. It's pretty cleaned out. I go to my green. So this time, last time I had it flat and I went this way, maybe I'm gonna do it this way. So it just gives it a different look. So I'm doing this all with a matter of 2 brushes. I personally like a flat and around, but it's completely up to you. So we'll have today, obviously, to work on this, and you'll have next week. So you don't feel like you have to finish it all in one day. So leave some white spaces, change the brush to give you different widths and looks to your picture. And the main thing today while you're painting, so you don't ruin what you have, is to rinse and dry off your brush. If you don't do that, the colors are gonna bleed, you're gonna have drips all over your painting, and you don't want that. So make sure you're swirling it, wiping it, swirling it, wiping it. Do that at least 3 times, and then dry on the brush. Okay, and then don't forget you can clean out that water.